Okay. Well, hey everyone. My name's Harlan Kilstein. I'm really excited to be here tonight. They call me the godfather of Manus. Um, my wife believes that she is a Manus widow, that I spent so much time with Manus. Um, and here's the funny thing is my wife for years wanted to write a book, and she was looking for a ghostwriter, and she was looking for a ghostwriter, and she was looking for a ghostwriter, and she couldn't find anyone because she didn't think then anybody would really understand it. She was talking to people and she heard how much ghostwriters cost, $50,000 to do it. And I said, Manus can do it. Manus can do it. Manus can do it. And she said, no, it can't. No, it can't. Finally, she came in and we put in her topic, and I asked for an outline only. And then it gave an outline. And then I said, okay, expand the outline of each chapter. And I printed out all of the chapters. She was like, I'm really going to write this book. So she's been sitting for a couple of weeks, scribbling all over the printed outline. We've got to go back to Manus and adjust it. But it turned a non-believer into a believer. So I'm not sure that she regrets sharing me with Manus as much as she did before. Okay, so first, let's go to some of the really big news in the world of AI. And the biggest news in the world of AI is that Amazon has decided to slash its corporate workforce. Um, it's starting to integrate AI tools into just about everything it's done. And that means that there are going to be fewer jobs. They're going to have over 1,000 AI services powering Amazon, and virtually every middle manager and office worker is going to lose their jobs. That came out of Amazon this week. And then Microsoft. Microsoft, the tech giant, announced this week that it is cutting jobs. It is now building its own AI co-pilot, which is being marketed as a companion for all you do. It's putting AI into every single thing that they do, and thousands of jobs are already being laid off over at Microsoft. British Telecom has announced that by the time the year 2030 comes, 55,000 people so far will have lost their jobs due to AI. Morgan Stanley, the financial house, has announced layoffs of 2,000 people starting this past March. It's part of the banking sector cutting people back because they're going to have AI is doing data entry, low-level coding, and routine reviews. It is estimated that in the next few years, oh, my picture froze. It is estimated that in the next few years, there are going to be 200,000 banking jobs that are lost. 200,000 jobs that are lost going to AI, and it is affecting everything. Airbnb, Airbnb has decided we're changing our model from being a place where people can rent homes or rent properties. They want to turn themselves into an Amazon where anybody can sell anything online, and it's going to be all AI powered. Airbnb is changing its direction, is changing its orientation. Adobe, the makers of Photoshop and Illustrator, um, they don't know how to balance AI with its current products because now AI renders some of their products almost unnecessary. Why do people need to pay for Photoshop when basic AI apps can do much of the same with entry level skills? It's absolutely crazy. So, um, so folks, this is what's going on. The workforce reductions, they want things to be operate more effectively. They are pivoting. There are challenges, regrets, and this is all current news. So there, and there goes my photo. There goes my freezing again. Okay, I'm not sure why it is. It's just Zoom, but we'll have to figure that out another time. But I'll be looking, and if I freeze, let me know. But I
Harlan,
understand you can.
try pinning yourself here. That way, even if your video
I had pinned. I am pinned.
weird, Zoom is just being bad today.
I can remove my pin, and now I can pin myself again. And it's really funny because I see myself on someone else's screen. I see me. Zoom is really going on. Um, this is the most. If you saw what I was seeing, I'm seeing a screen full of me, which is was kind of weird. I don't know how they do that. All right. So the other thing that's affecting AI this week is a major lawsuit. And the major lawsuit is that Disney sued Midjourney. Um, if you don't know what Midjourney is, it is one of the most popular photo generating apps. And on Midjourney, you could generate and create images in the style of many famous artists. You could make something look like Leonardo da Vinci. You could make something look like Michelangelo. You could make something look like modern artists. And modern artists are really upset with what's going on. And up until recently, you could create images that in the style of Disney. I would do pictures in the style of Disney and I could get away with it. And today, while I was teaching a class, I want to show you something that happened. So I'm going to go and switch screens. Do, do, do. And you should be looking now in Midjourney where the image was supposed to be a Mickey Mouse painting Minnie Mouse as if it's the Mona Lisa in the style of Van Gogh. You can see all of the pictures. And Midjourney added something really interesting. It lets you animate pictures. This is something that has just come out. One of my students actually let me know about it today, that you can animate pictures. Okay. All of a sudden, I thought, you know what? Let's animate this picture of Minnie. So I click on animate and it goes up to it. And no, sorry, you can't have this prompt, especially if people, it is, um, they are now afraid to play games with Disney. And so it's really sad, but Midjourney's days are are going to change. Midjourney's days are going to change. And why can't I see me anymore? There we go. Um, Midjourney is changing. Disney sued them, and this is important. Disney sued them for violating their copyright and training their models on Disney images, which they say are protected. They are suing Midjourney for $150 million per image that Midjourney trained on. Meaning, we're talking about a suit that it's probably going to add up to something like $200 billion that they're suing for. Now, where's that going to go? I don't know. But at the same time that that's happening, at the same time that that's happening, ChatGPT is suing the New York Times. How dare you go into our archives? So, what I'm saying here is that AI is changing. And if you don't get in on it and stay ahead of the change, you may miss out some really important things and really important models. All around the world now, people on the inside are downloading these models to use them offline before they lose them. All right. Now, so here's my question for you. How many people here tonight would like to learn right here, right now, how to make money with Manus? If that's you, just put a $ into the chat. Give me a $ if you're interested right here, right now, in making money with Manus. Oh, multiple $, $2, $10, big $, $4, 10. Okay. All right. Look at all those dollars coming in. So the answer is yes. Let me ask you a question. What's different about Manus? And this was asked earlier by Alice, I believe. What's different about Manus than ChatGPT or Grok or Claude or Gemini or any of or DeepSeek or any of the others that are starting out now? And there are many, many more of them coming. Meta is about to launch their AI, but every time that they launch it, it turns not ready for prime time. Right now, it's the most annoying AI that there is. So, um, so what's the difference? Is that LLMs like ChatGPT and the others are great for conversations and they are great for tasks. But the minute you stop working with them, they stop. They cannot keep working in your absence. They require you to prompt. The best work on ChatGPT and those LLMs is when it is done in a conversational style. In the beginning, people went into ChatGPT and thought that I'm going to give it one prompt and it's going to do whatever I want. And most people found out it didn't work. Not with anything worth producing, it sure didn't. And so people learned to have this conversational style. And when they had this conversational style, they started getting better and better results. But once again, you either tend the shop or you don't. So, what are they good for? Well, um, if you want someone to tutor you in math, ChatGPT, yeah, it's fine. If you want to come up with the layout of a website and the long tail keywords that you should go for SEO, there's you certainly can't beat Gemini, which is made by Google, and so it's giving you really good information. Um, Grok is pretty good for deep research, as is DeepSeek. Claude is great for writing. Perplexity is great for scientific research. Each of these has its pros and its cons. And then along comes Manus. Manus is a horse of a different feather. Manus is what we call an autonomous AI agent, which means Manus works even when you aren't there. If you have Manus on your phone and you give Manus an instruction, let's say, create an ebook for my business, and you give it the details of what to do, and you go to sleep, you could have that ebook ready and waiting and branded in the right colors that you want when you wake up. You do not need to supervise it. Of course, typically, I recommend breaking it into stages so that you can go over, you can edit, and you can check, because after all, it is an AI, and AI does require checking. But I've done some amazing, amazing things with Manus, um, including writing books, as have many of our people. So, what I want to show you how to do and how to make money is I'm going to show you how to generate a lead magnet today in about 20 minutes. And better than that, if you stick around to the end, I'm going to give you all of the prompts that you need so that you can generate all the lead magnets that you want. And then, of course, you could sell them. So, who would like to know how to generate a lead magnet in about 20 minutes? Anyone here? If so, type me and we're going to go for it. Oh, a heck of a lot of me's coming in now. And hearts coming up too. I didn't know they were getting hearts. I feel like I'm on um I feel like I'm uh on a Facebook Live. Okay. Um lots of them and more people joining us. So we got a nice crowd, and let's go and show you what we can do. So first of all, just to show you, nothing up my sleeve, I'm wearing short sleeves, nothing up my sleeve. What should the topic of our lead magnet be? What should the topic of our lead magnet be? Type your idea of the topic of the lead magnet and put it into the chat and make them interesting, whatever. Make them clean. Okay, we're not doing any X-rated lead magnets here. Um, how to get access to 0% business credit. Okay, let's go. Integrate AI into your supermarket. Okay, that's interesting. How to raise goats as pets and for milking. Well, I have a friend who's on an island and all she does is goats. She's got where I would post pictures of her, but without her permission. She's got goats everywhere. She literally, when there are new babies born, she has to adjust her schedule by feeding goats. Okay, how to make a go bag, how independent hotel owners can use AI, how to get more clients for your gym or trainer business. I like that. Top 5 ways for business to increase sales with AI in marketing. That's really good. How to create AI videos with Manus. Do that for my restaurant. How recruiters can restaurants. Okay. Um, I got that. We don't check spelling. Hottest newsletters up and coming. Okay. What else? Let's get some more topics in there. I like Angela's so far. Top 5 ways for businesses to increase sales using AI in marketing. How to throw an amazing wedding on a budget. That's interesting. Manus will only do videos for upgraded paid service. It depends what kind of videos. Top 10 ways to make money with Manus. Well, you know what? I like that one. I like that one. That's a really good one. Let's do that so everybody can learn something. Okay, we're going to do that one. So I'm going, what was the title? All right, let's go and open up another Manus over here. Okay, now let's share my screen. Corey, if you do me the honors of letting people in.
They keep coming. They know you've got the
Okay,
goods.
okay, so create a lead magnet to give away on the top 10 ways to make money with Manus. Be sure to include all the prompts needed for this. Aim for a 10-page guide with each page a different method. When people trying to come in, and it doesn't let me type, good old Zoomy. Okay, now I create that. Notice the difference here. There's no act as an expert on lead generation, etc. So I just tell it what to do. Manus is like having a VA next to you. If your VA came into you and you wanted your VA to do this, you wouldn't say, act as an expert on lead generation. No, you don't have to do that. Just tell it what to do. And it is now adding method 1, method 2, method 3. Okay, so you can see what's going on here by looking at what Manus is doing. 10 ways to make money, introduction. It's written the introduction. The guide will walk you through 10 distinct methods to make money, AI consulting services, prompt examples, building and monetizing AI agents, prompt examples. Okay, it's already done the 10 methods. Now it's editing and it's marked down. It's basically done. It's done. I don't know how long that was, Corey. Any ideas? It usually tells us here. We started this.
Not even 5 minutes, maybe
No, it's
3.
telling me like it was 2 minutes. And here we are. And here we are. Let's go here, make that full screen. Okay, folks. So I've got a series of questions for you. Number one, did I know the topic before we were starting? Hi, Tanisha's kid. I used to be a principal, so I really like kids. Um, did I know the topic before we were starting? Nope, not a clue. Did I have to give information to Manus to do it? No, Manus did the research. How does this look? So this is a way to get good AI jobs. Here, someone asked about, could Manus create an AI? Here it is, how to do it. Personalized learning and tutoring with AI. Teach me Python programming, advanced calculus, financial analysis and investment strategies, automating business operations. People wanted to know for hotels and supermarkets. You can do this. Anybody can do this. So let me ask you a question. Did that look hard? Did that look hard? Can it turn that into a website? Sure, it can. Can we create agents with Manus? It's all you have to do is tell Manus that's what you want to do, and it will. It can create chatbots. That's what it said. That's in there. Okay. Do you think you could find one thing on there that you could learn how to do to turn into money? Just 1 out of the 10. Oh, people want that PDF. Okay. Since you asked so nicely, I will give that out as well as another bonus that I already had for you for people who stay to the end. I would be very happy to give that out. Stay to the end. And now instead of one PDF for you, I have 2 PDFs for you. The other one is all about step-by-step lead generation. Now, let me ask you a question. Who who goes to school for the longest period of time? What professions go to school for the longest period of times? Tell me. Angela says doctors, 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 physicians, docs and lawyers, 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 doctors, doctors, lawyers, lawyers. Okay. Dentists, too. Engineers. Okay. Scientists, chiros. I don't think it's as long for a chiro. Okay. IT. A lot of people. What is going on here? It tells me that our capacity is almost full when I have 1,000. This is great. Excuse me for a moment. Okay. Now we should have more people and warnings going away. Okay. Um, any idea what it costs to go to medical school, dental school, or law school these days? Have you any idea? Type in your guess. I'm looking for a number. How much do they pay a year? Yeah, 80 to 100K a year. Kevin said I spent 75,000 years ago for law school. Medical school 20K? No, way more, way more. Um, my son is going to law school in the fall. He told me that when he comes out of law school, he will be approximately $300,000 in debt. Okay. So the doctors, lawyers, dentists, engineers all come out, and what do they want to do? What do they want to do? They want to be the world's best doctor, the world's best lawyer, the world's best Indian chief. There's only one thing. They spent 4 years plus because doctors have to go to for residencies and internships and fellowships. And by the time they're ready, or if they want to be a surgeon and a cardiac surgeon, their whole life is there and they are all ready for the gravy train. And all of a sudden, what's the problem that they have? They went to school for all these years, and what's the problem that they have? Who knows? It's something that they weren't expecting. Not age, not robots. Yeah, they have student loans. That's true. What else didn't they expect? Scott, you should get this one. Not AI is taking their job. Not yet. Corey, can oh, wait a minute. There it is. Susan. Susan gets it right. They never expected that they were going to have to market themselves. They take out loans on top of loans like a dentist. You think all that equipment is free when they have a dental office? it costs a bloody fortune. And they take out more loans. So that by the time they're ready to open up the practice, now they're $500,000 in debt. And they sit there and they put their little sign out and they wait for people to come in to get their teeth cleaned for 30 or 40 bucks because people are cheap. And they're waiting for these. Where are these big expensive cases where people want their whole mouth redone and they're willing to pay $50,000, $60,000 without insurance? And they are pissed off. They are pissed off. And so these doctors work for a few years. They earn their money. They pay down their debt. They are living a middle class lifestyle after sacrificing their life. And what's the one thing that they want? Stick with me here. I'm going someplace for a reason. What's the one thing that they want after they are paid off and they are not living their dream life? What do they want? Susan, you got it right once. Let's see if you can get it right again. They want to go fishing. They want to retire. They want to sell their practice. They want leads, but they don't want to market. So you know what they want? They want out. They want someone to pay them for their expertise, and they want to get up and speak. Look at how many doctors, dentists, and Indian chiefs are now on Instagram and YouTube teaching, promoting themselves instead of practicing medicine. They want out. I am muted. Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? Yes? Okay, I'm not muted.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you. All right, so the they want out. And the way that they get out in their minds is, I'm going to become the authority. I'm going to become the authority on this kind of dentistry or cosmetic surgery, or I'm going to become the expert. I know a friend of mine who's a pediatrician who decided he was done with his practice. He told me stories about staying up all night to be with one of his patients in the hospital and stay up all night, not let the hospital staff take care of them because he wanted to give them the best service. And then when he sent out a bill for staying with the patient and doing a spinal tap at 3 in the morning, the parents would say, but the hospital would have done it for free. Why do we need to pay you? And so he decided enough is enough. And Alex says, I have 2 doctors partnering with me in my clothing lifestyle business. And people are saying, and their insurance is ridiculous. So do you know what they believe that their ticket out is? Their ticket to fame is establishing their expertise in a particular niche. How do they establish their expertise? What's the number one thing that they see as their ticket out to establish their expertise? Kevin got it. Kevin got it. Write a book, sell courses, go online and do this. The number one thing that they want, the shortcut, is to write a book that establishes them as an expert, because then they are published authors and they can go and say, look at me. I have written this book, and have copies of their book to hand out to people. I am a published author. I'm a published author. The other way out that I'll mention is that doctors shut down their practice and just do testing for pharmaceutical companies where they get paid for not seeing patients, just for monitoring patients, giving them drugs and monitoring their vital signs. And they make more money doing that than they do seeing patients. But for a lot of people, the answer is write a book. Now, do they have the time to write a book? No, they don't have the time, they don't have the inclination, and they don't have the know how. But there is no shortage of people who are willing to write a book for them. How much do you think these ghostwriters charge to write a book for these doctors? How much? Type in your number.
Hey,
It's
Harlan, I'll start telling you some numbers I'm seeing.
Go ahead.
100K, 6K, 10K, 50K, $1 a word, 50K, 100K, 10K, $500, 50K, 20K, 100K, 10K, 50K, 30K, a percentage of the sale, 10K, $1 million.
Okay.
And
Well, I
somebody
don't
said it
think
depends.
anybody's doing the $1 million. By the way, it's really nice to see people spying on me from other companies. I see people here. Yes, I see you in the participants list coming to spy on the Godfather. Okay, I see that. Well, duly noted. I should get a screenshot of that. It's really good. I think I wouldn't notice that. I am going to get that screenshot. Got it. Done. That's why the competition wants to see what we're doing, so they join the call. The going rate is from 5 to 7,500 all the way up to $75,000. At $75,000, they guarantee you being an Amazon bestseller. Do you know how they do that? How they guarantee that you become an Amazon bestseller? It's really kind of interesting. Really kind of interesting. That Corey, tell them.
Part of what you're paying for is they're buying your book from all of their ghost and dummy accounts that buy all of their customers' books.
That is absolutely um, that is absolutely part of it. Um, and giveaways do not count as sales. But the real way that they do it is that they park your book in an obscure niche that nobody ever thought of, like psychic reading for left-handed people, where there is no competition in that niche. And that means if they can get 50 people to buy it at a certain time, on a certain day, within an hour or two span, they become a bestseller for that moment in time, and they have made you a bestseller. But they don't, that's just an ego thing. The real thing is they want the book as their credential out. Now, what stops people from writing books? What stops people from writing their own book? Well, they've never done it before. They think it takes time. How many people here would like, Dale said it's hard. Doctors are busy. Carpal tunnel syndrome. Speaking fees range from 25K and upwards with that book. That helps. How many people here would ghostwrite a book for $5,000 for someone and know that you had to produce it in, let's say, 3 months? $5,000. Not that many. A couple of me's. All right, let me rephrase the question. Ready? How many people would do it if Manus wrote the book for you in a day and a half? Now type me. I would write 3. Kevin first said no, I wouldn't do it. Now he said he would write 3. It is absolutely simple to write books with Manus. Now, I tell you that if you are serious, the ability for Manus to crank out books is just unbelievable. Is Scott here? I thought I saw Scott creep in.
Hey, Harlan, I got an easy question from you in the comment section, but I think it's a good one to answer. Is Manus more powerful than Claude 4? Which, by the way, I love Claude 4. So no hate on Claude.
So I'm not going to beat on Claude. It's just that Manus will do it literally while you sleep. Manus will do the chapters, the outlines, etc. I put out, let me just show you some of the books that people have done. Let's go to, and I apologize for all the crazy shifting about, but I was looking for Scott. Scott has this book that he called The AI Avalanche. And Scott would like to change what he does. Scott's one of our members, and he wrote this book. I wrote it with him on Manus, then he edited it, and enjoying some super duper success. Can you all see my Amazon screen? Yes, Corey?
Your screen is good. You're good.
Okay. So, and he just told me today that he just finished his second book, and his second book is AI Prompts for Small Business. So he is cranking out the books. And then we have, let's see, can you guys see the next screen on? Can you see
Yep.
how to use Manus for real estate?
We see it.
Okay, this is Frances, who's one of our members. She wrote a book on how to use Manus for um, real estate, published. Um, I would, I'm far too humble to tell you who she dedicated the book to, but his last name rhymes with Kilstein. Um, and she has really gotten into writing books. Let's go back to that Manus page here. She wrote another one, How to Stop Foreclosure and Save Your Home. Home Seller Genius, Selling Your Home Fast at Top Dollar. And um, A Danish Affair. She learned how to write romance novels with us. And so she is cranking out the books as fast as she can. Now, imagine instead of selling them on Amazon, you write it for someone else and they give you $5,000 to write the book and they get a quality book. How would they feel knowing that they got a book for $5,000 when everyone else out there is paying 10 to 20,000? You think they'd feel good about that their ticket to freedom only cost them $5,000 and that it only cost you a very small amount? Kevin says, how does Manus compare to multi-agent platforms like MiniPal, where you string together agents? Because you don't need to here. It's all there. Does Manus help with writing and debugging code too? Yes, absolutely. Are you designing the book covers in Manus or another tool? You could do them in Manus. I prefer to do them in Canva. Are they 100% through AI Manus or human touch? Every book should be edited. It can be edited with Manus or it can be edited with human, but someone should go through it a chapter at a time. The same way my wife is going through it with her book. She's spending time on the outlines, making sure it is in full accord with what she wants. So, how do you find mortgage leads real time? Manus will do that for you. Manus will do that for you. You want to know how you do it, Larry? Very, very simple. You tell Manus, I want mortgage leads, and Manus, it's a little complex, but once you set it up, it'll run forever. It'll deliver you leads. I just wrote a whole program on how to get leads that it will go through. Um, it will go through social networks, including Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn, where especially Facebook, where people talk in their different groups, talking about that they're interested in moving, and by going through the APIs, you can find people who are getting ready to move and target them and get their contact information. Okay. Is Manus best to use for illustration for books? Oh, yeah. We have people who have put out graphic novels with Manus, and it's done a great job. We have people who have put out coloring books with Manus, and it's done a great job. The Manus makes it easy. Now, I've been focusing on books, and the reason, oh, there goes my camera, stopping again.
You
The
look good
reason
now.
I'm focusing on books is because I'm looking for people who want to make money. But I know that when something is too complex and there's too much, they're going to say, no, no, I can't do it. It's too much. But if you knew that there was just one thing that could make you a bucket load of money in the coming year, that seriously you could do in a day or two with extremely little training, would you do it? Would you do it? Would you trade right now? The Wall Street Journal today cover story is everybody is looking for a side hustle. Would you do it? Would you trade a couple of hours of your time for 5 grand, 7,500? And by the way, how would you find a client? Next time you go into a doctor's office, next time you go into a dentist's office, ask like this. You know, you don't ask about them. Say, I've been helping uh, doctors and dentists and lawyers who want to get out of their practice and become a recognized expert by writing books for them. Do you think you would know someone who might be interested? Now, of course, they're going to go, oh, baby, you're talking to me. But by not asking them directly, by asking for someone else, you're going to get people. You're going to get names. Okay. And so the bottom line is this is easy peasy. And people are telling me, I want in. I want in. Well, do you realize that writing one book just by yourself to so that it could be done and doing it in 3 days, would that give you the confidence to know that you could do it again? Just one book. Even if you've never written a book before in your life.
Harlan, I'm gonna just share a really quick story with you that I haven't even told you yet. Um, we went to this small, like 6 or 7 person mastermind yesterday, and from one of the exercises we did at it, we came up with a topic for Emily's bookkeeping business. And we left the event with a draft of our first of the book that's going to go up on Amazon as a lead magnet for the business. Edited when we got home. It's going to be live tomorrow. I'm pretty sure everybody else left that mastermind going, how am I going to do all of this? And we left it going, we're finished with everything. What can we do next? And we're the only ones in the room who had even heard of Manus before.
It is simply unbelievable. People have heard about ChatGPT. The number of people have heard about Manus is negligible, absolutely negligible. It is a freaking open market. What if I told you that by tomorrow I could show you how to create books for people that you could sell to um, doctors, lawyers, Indian chiefs, and that you you could have your first book start tomorrow and be done over the weekend. Would that be something? And you could turn around and sell that. Would that be something that you would be interested in? And people are going, oh, yeah, absolutely. Now, this is no hype. You know, someone doesn't put themselves out like this and say that you can do this unless you really can. As a matter of fact, I guarantee that you could attend our special boot camp tomorrow on how to create books that sell for big money. What distinguishes us if no strategic prompting is required? Who said that there was no strategic prompting required? I said it was easy, but you could, just like the old experiment where, they say if you put 1,000 monkeys in front of typewriters in 10,000 years, they could produce the work of Shakespeare. You could sit down with Manus and write a book and have it be a colossal cluster, you know what? Why? Because you need someone who's done it and show you how to do it flawlessly. Flawlessly. So, can you create faceless AI videos with Manus? The answer is yes, but right now I'm not. Manus just signed up with Google VO this week, and they're still ironing out the kinks. So it ain't there yet, but Manus is ready to do videos. It's coming. If you want to do videos tomorrow, that's not what I would recommend right now. I would recommend other things. Matter of fact, I was teaching that today. So, bottom line is, I'm interested in what works and what makes you money. Now, I know that we would like Manus to be able to do everything, and it can do an incredible number of things. So, when you are writing a book for um, when you are writing a book for a professional, okay, hear this out. The professional believes that what they have to say is so important. They want to tell their story, where they came from, small town boy makes good, how they went to medical school, what their discoveries are. You interview them, you save the recording, you interview them. If you want to charge a lot of money, like more than $5,000, if you want to charge $10,000 or $15,000, you do 5 Zoom sessions with them. You record them, you get the interviews transcribed, you upload them to Manus. Manus takes that and starts with that as a framework. Manus will take their voice and make the book sound exactly like them. So, and they get thrilled because they're going to go, yeah, I'm being interviewed. They tell, yeah, I'm being interviewed for a book now. I hired a professional ghostwriter, and I paid them $15,000, and I got the first draft, and it sounds just like me. Now we're in the final editing stages, and this is easy peasy. So the Godfather can teach us how to write a book about being the Godfather? Absolutely. The Godfather teaches how to become the Godfather of Manus. This is all up to you to succeed. At 5 o'clock tomorrow, I'm getting on a Zoom call with the people in our Manus Mastermind, and I am doing the Book Express, where I'm going to give you everything you need so that you can write your first book over the weekend. That would be really sweet. Now, So how do you get in there? What is the Manus Mastermind? The Manus Mastermind is where we get together and we study Manus as well as other AI programs bringing you the best. Now, one of the people, Jim, can I unmute you? Or can you
I
unmute
am
yourself?
unmuted.
You are unmuted and good looking as ever. Jim, what's your background in books and publishing?
When I was a grad student, I worked as an editorial assistant freelance. My girlfriend was assistant to the biggest publisher in Western Canada. After various adventures out of university, I owned a large independent bookstore in downtown Calgary for 8 years and sold many millions of dollars of books. And I've been associated with books and book selling for many years, including having a best-selling Amazon bestseller. And I've got 12 Amazon books rocking it right now.
Jim, that bestseller, um, over the years, how much did you make from that bestseller?
I don't remember. I sold 40,000 copies and I made not a lot, maybe $3 or $4 each, but I don't remember the exact number. But it was like 80, 90, 100K, something like that. Yeah.
Okay. How long did it take you to write that book back then?
That was written manually and it took me a month. I could
Okay.
do it now with Manus or AI in, like you said, a weekend. Manus writes it, human edits it. Yep.
Okay. And what are you're going to be coming into the mastermind every Monday, is it? Or
That's
Tuesday?
correct. I'm going to be showing people everything about publishing that I've learned over the years. Um, and I'm very, very happy to do it. You bet.
Okay.
And I'm
And
going to be there tomorrow um, on the sidelines watching and learning and contributing where I can. Yes.
so um our goal is to bring experts like Jim into the mastermind because Jim can take you all the way from idea to published to promotion. And by the way, if you can promote this book for these doctors, lawyers, and Indian chiefs and generate real sales, oh boy, that's what we want. So there are a ton of things that you could learn in our mastermind, but I want to focus on the one that can bring you the most money the fastest. And if showing you in a boot camp tomorrow how you can make money books over the weekend, you've got me on Monday, on Friday, you've got Jim on Monday, and we are there to answer all of your questions. And we've got a ton of information in there for people who ask about YouTube. I wrote a book with Manus about how to crack the YouTube algorithm. Man, that is detailed. People are using that. People are using that um, um, to to launch their channels. We've written books of prompt guides for Google Via, how to crank out the most fantastic videos. Nobody has done anything like that. Nobody has done that. We are the cutting edge. But I want you to focus and zero in on one money-making thing, and that is books. Because when you have that one skill in you, one sold book, one single book. Now remember, this book that you're writing, I see it frozen again. This book that you're writing as a test over the weekend, on Monday, Jim will show you how to publish it so you can start making money with that book too. It's that quickly. Now, Denise is on and she's been listening the whole night. And she, at the beginning, as we were getting started, said that she paid for a year of Manus up front. Well, imagine if she did a book a week and sold them. Crazy. What kind of, she's from Missouri. I said when she was coming on, it's the show me state. I'm showing you you can make money with this. And what you need to do is you had your son come up to you while you were listening in. Do not let him see how to use Manus for his homework, okay? Don't, because that's going to be it. It's going to be over. When it comes to writing book reports, he's going to write books, and the teachers are going to kind of suspect that he did not do that 300-page book all by himself. Okay, I'm just giving you a little hint there. So, when you write with Manus, should you be worried about copyright issues? That's a really good question, and the answer is no. You own the copyright to and everything. However, if you are writing for the doctor owns the copyright. The dentist owns the copyright. The lawyer owns the copyright. Chris is also from the Show Me State. You homeschool, so you want them to learn the skills. All right. So who owns the copyright? If it's your book, you own the copyright. If it's you're writing, ghostwriting for someone, they should own the copyright. It reminds me of a story that I wrote a book for a friend for a birthday present. And he had never put out a book. He was talking his whole life about putting out a book. So I wrote a book for him and he called me up outraged. I printed it up in a hardcover, only a couple of copies. I sent it off to him. I sent one to Jim, just like 3 or 4 copies. That was it. And he called me up outraged and he goes, "How could you write this book? Why'd you write this book?" And I said, "Because it was your birthday." It's actually around this time of year, June. And he said, "Why'd you write the book?" I said, "I wrote it as a birthday present." And he goes, "But it's my stuff." I said, "Yeah, I know it's your stuff. Your name is on the cover." He goes, "It's my intellectual property. Who owns the copyright?" I went, "Did you turn to the copyright page?" "Go there now." It turns there. And I said, "Do you see copyright? And you see the name?" "Yeah." "Do you know the fella?" "Yeah." I said, "Well, that person owns the copyright." "Oh. And you're not going to sell this book?" "No, I'm giving it to you. You can do whatever you want. If you want to sell it, I'll give you the manuscript." "Oh, you give me the manuscript?" "Sure, it's yours." "Okay. Well, thanks for the birthday present." The bottom line is, if you write for someone else, it's their book. And give them the copyright. Okay, so we got a lot of people who want to join in to get started. We have a special link. Do you want to put that link, Corey, in the chat? There it is. Joinmanus.com. I'm going to bring it up on my screen. And you're going to see a different screen than I do because I'm already in there. Now, there are 2 ways to join. Way number 1 is to pay in full for the year. When you pay in full for the year, you get a bunch of bonuses. Bonus number one is you get an immediate one-on-one with me, just you and me, and Zoom and the recording, which goes to you. And we work on whatever you want. Second bonus is financial freedom. July 4th is Independence Day. It's on a Friday. On July 6th, I'm getting on a marathon Zoom money session Sunday from 10 to 5. Yes, it'll be recorded. And you can come. If you pay in full, you get an invite to that for free. You get an invite for free. And when you are here, there are a whole bunch of things in our classroom, courses that you can take: Manus Mindset, Manus Mastery, The Magic Tool, 50 Ways to Make Money with Manus, Think Like Manus, How to Prompt Manus, The Manus Money Call, How to Make Money as an Affiliate, The Manus Manual, Cracking the YouTube Code, um, Manus YouTube Profits, live calls, writing a book with this, and learn to create amazing video with Manus, with Google 3, which is now in Manus. So this is where the rubber meets the road. And Corey, what's the price for the annual?
That's $2,777.
Okay, that is gets you. Well, didn't you have a list of bonuses that I probably have forgotten?
I actually just put them in the chat for you.
Oh, that's really
And
convenient. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so how about you read them off?
and then we also have, I see Adams here too. So the annual bonus membership includes the following bonuses. It's a 22% discount over paying for 12 months of the monthly membership. And you have the commitment to yourself for a year, which actually is an undervalued bonus if you think about it, because knowing that you're doing this for the next year keeps you from being a squirrel and trying to do 5 different things and none of them working. 2, you get the one-on-one with Harlan. 3, you get a free ticket. We're doing a live event in Boca. Adam's gonna talk more about that in a moment in at the end of the year. And then you've got the boot camp tomorrow, and you've got the option for the annual and the monthly membership when you sign up. But the annual membership
And
has
just to
those
get,
VIP bonuses.
and that's if you do the paid in full.
But
But if you want to go month to month,
month to month, it's 297. You can either cancel at any time if you so choose, and you can also upgrade to an annual membership, and it will count the current month towards the annual membership too. So it actually gives you a little bit of savings there.
and just to get things going, the person who signs up tonight gets my book, my special book prompting message to them on in school. So the first person who signs up, I'll give it to the first 5 people who sign up tonight, get the all of the book prompts that you will need. This is not what we're covering tomorrow, but you get them. The first 5 people get that. And I see that my camera has stopped. Don't know why that happens, only on Zoom. Okay, what's going on in the chat here?
Did your camera pop off or what?
Yeah, well, now it's back.
What's going on, man?
Hey, Adam,
How's everything going?
everything is good. Oh, we're seeing you on camera. Let's put you
Yeah, I was
there.
trying to figure out how to get it working. What's going on, guys? Harlan, I just want to say, first and foremost, like I appreciate you. Listening to you talk about how money's going to exchange hands is truly unique when you talk about it through AI. And I hope that that's the lesson that everyone got here because I have a ton of notes. I don't know if you guys do. Um, what Harlan just explained to you guys was a transitional shift, right, in the way that you can now operate. Now, what once took 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10 weeks, right? You can now do in a short period of time. And Harlan, I'm just sitting there and I'm thinking about the first time I paid you to teach me about Manus. If you go back and you think about that, like how ridiculous, I was asking him the most basic things. And the journey that we're inviting everybody on, and you guys should definitely join us on this journey. And I'll give you a bunch of reasons why. I'm not here to hard close or do anything other than just give you guys an option. And the reason why is as you guys, and it looks like it's a very good crowd here, a good looking crowd, as you guys already know, life's just a series of decisions, right? It's like, okay, bottom line, you could sit on a call like this and you could watch step by step what he's telling you how to do. And you could go out there and do it yourself with like a 90, we'll call it probably 99% failure rate. True story. But you could do exactly what he just said. Go ahead, join the group, invest in yourself, right? And learn exactly how to implement it like that. He's already throwing the we're not trying to get you in the group tonight, like because it's like going to be less or more money. The training's tomorrow, right? So right now, you've got to sometimes you got to deep dig a little bit deep down inside of you and find something that you maybe never had before. And some of you may be rolling your eyes when you hear that, and for some of you, that's a wake up call. I don't judge. What I'm here to tell you is what I currently focus on. And I've had a track record of success. I've also had a lot of track records of failures. I started off in a little small town called Forked River, New Jersey. You guys can go to my LinkedIn and look me up. My name's Adam Maggio. I started with this little company called Aflac. They had a duck back then, and I was doing door to door sales. And I'm not telling you this for the pity party stuff. What I'm trying to tell you is like, this is real, guys. This is real. But you guys have to make a decision, right? You have to make a decision. The only really two decisions that honestly you have sitting out there is do you want to do it annually or do you want to do it monthly? Logically, annually is always the best move because when you pay annually, the clients that you're going to go after when you get the book are going to pay annually. You see, that's the part he's not telling you. That's the inside stuff. It's not about just making a book, right? You didn't come here to be a best-selling author, right? He's going to teach you how to he was teaching you how to build a lead magnet for the company and then now get the company to need paid advertising towards that lead magnet. He's teaching you the ecosystem. And the cool part about when I first met Harlan and why this kind of came to fruition was I was like, man, this guy's obsessed about it. He's obsessed about the specifics. So when you get inside the group, you go to join Manus, look and absorb the basic stuff first. Okay, look and absorb the basic stuff first. What I would like to do because I find it very interesting because to me, if someone actually goes ahead and takes action and makes $10,000 with this, I want to talk to you. You have no clue. You're a stone cold winner, and it's not because you're special. I promise you that. Success is not reserved for special people, folks. You do understand that. Like, I want you to pause and just, like, literally just understand this. There's moments in life that literally change everything. And it ain't because, like, the sky opens up and angels start singing. It's because you make a decision. You decide you're done waiting. You're not dabbling. You're not waiting for other people and just watching them pass by you, right? You're not going to do that. You don't want to hear opportunity knocks and say maybe later. How dumb does that sound? Go to join Manus, get inside the group, see what we're really talking about, and implement this stuff. This is one of those moments. I'm not here to say, like, I'm not here to hype you. It's the truth. It's the truth. Let me ask you a question. All right. If all this did was really just get you moving and just get you off your ass a little bit and taking action, if all this did was like literally give you clarity on how to monetize AI without spinning in circles, would this be worth it? Right? What about connecting with people that are actually doing it? They're not watching it, they're doing it, right? How much longer are you really like waiting to draw a line in the sand and just say enough's enough? So I really don't have a lot of other things to say other than that. But you deserve this. And it's not maybe just because for you. Who the hell does not want to learn this skill set? Everybody I talk to, every room I go into, literally talks about learning AI. Do you want to learn it off of Facebook? Do you want to literally learn it off of where all people looking for free information are getting it? Do you know how much free information is? Free information is like the number one thing that'll make you go broke. It is. It is. You're playing follow the leader. Who are you following? You're following people that are broken money, mindset, and belief. It's those three things. I know you don't want to hear the last two, but they all go together, right? So I'm not like Harlan's giving you a permission slip. And that's the best way I can explain it. You know, that permission slip says, yes, I'm going to go all in. Yes, I'm going to bet on my future. Yes, I understand to some degree that AI is taking over and I want to learn from the best, right? The fact of the matter is you are just literally that one decision away. So look, you have a decision to make and I'm not here to make it for you. That's not my job, right? But I will tell you personally, there's been moments in my life when things have shifted. And there is some nights I could literally describe to a T. And for some of you, tonight's that moment. Okay. For some of you, tonight's that moment. So he's already told you what he's going to give you. 12 months in the school group, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, $3,600, right? You guys didn't understand. He said a one-on-one strategy call with him. How do you think this group got here? I paid him one-on-one, right? This isn't like you're not gonna go to, it's like not a group Q&A. There's no like AI prompt like handing offs. This is a private locked-in call, right? A private locked-in call. That's for the annual members. There's going to be tickets to the live event in Boca. Let me tell you something. If you haven't been down here, you absolutely need to get down here. It's awesome every day. You've got to go to join Manus, man. And if you're not tomorrow's boot camp, like you obviously don't value information and the speed at which information comes. So, at the end of the day, guys, like, there's a ton of value here. It's only available tonight. Like, I don't have a lot of time to stick around because I'm out doing, which is a cool thing. And I'm here to help you, but you got to get in the group and you got to go ahead and you got to start taking some action because if not, you're going to do kind of what I did. And I love it and I still do it. I get on like Twitter and I learn about AI, but I don't learn like where the rubber meets the road, right? That's everything that's missing from this whole thing is where does the rubber meet the road? That's what Harlan's the best in the world at. So what I'm asking you to do is join us. Join us. Take the money out of your pocket, take your credit card, put it in the thing. I don't give a shit. I'm here to tell you that if you do this and you take action, there is a within almost 100% certainty that that's going to come true. The main thing that you guys are probably kicking back and saying, is it true for me? Come on. Do you think any one of us is actually smarter? If you guys knew me personally, you would know that I was a welder, right? That's where I started off. I told you where I grew up in Forked River. I told you I worked for Aflac. My office was in Toms River, right where we had Hurricane Sandy. I was a dipshit, but I learned a skill set, right? It wasn't like the sexiest skill set in the world, but I learned it from someone that knew what they were doing, right? And information is important, and there's a ton out there, but far more important information is the one that you don't listen to. It's that simple. we're in a world of noise, guys. A world of noise. You need somebody that can zero it in and then focus on another skill set. Focus on another skill set. He's already figured out how this whole thing works. You can go do it on your own. That's not going to be fun. I promise you. I've been down that road. I was that person. You'd think I'd like, I mean, to be quite honest with you, I have a nice backyard. It wasn't this way. And I'm not saying like I can do it, you can do it stuff, but I'm saying that's reality. South Jersey, what exit are you? So I was exit 74. I was actually just in South Jersey. If you follow my IG, I literally was on Spirit. Long story short, wasn't a fun flight. But yeah, 74, that that's central kind of, but I go down to Lang City a lot of times. So guys and gals, listen, um, get out your phone, go to join Manus. Um, and if you don't, right, I would be very interested on what do you think that's missing? And here's why. Here's why. Do you want to continue to trade time for money? It's an honest question. Because if you're going to go that route, you AI will cure that problem. With AI, you're not trading time for money. See, what most people don't realize is when they get ready to make a decision and they're an employee, in their head, they're going, oh my God, this is a lot of money, or whatever the case is, right? What you don't understand is the value that we could teach you to bring to 1 hour doesn't correlate with time. You all understand that, right? Like Bill Gates, he got the same time as me, and I promise you, if he woke up with my money, he wouldn't even know what to do. He wouldn't even be able to put his belt buckle on, right? But there's levels to this. So what level do you want to stay at? Right? What level do you want to stay at? Because I got news for you. You have kids. I'm just being blunt. These kids are going to start asking about AI, and you better know how to police that. I'm not shitting you. Okay. Right. That will be an issue. Well, we will do our best to learn things to stay ahead of that curve. Why? We're not here to like do this thing small. We're here, we're looking for 4, 5, 6 of you that want to lock arms, that want to say enough, and just draw that line in the sand, man. That's it. You think I need the money? You think I need the money? I actually lose money running this group. I lose money running this group right now. Why? I believe in it. I'm not an idiot. If I have a bunch of people that learn and know how to use AI, you think we ain't going to go out there and create stuff? The books, the books, the tripwire, right? Can you follow directions? Because if you can follow directions, you could do anything. It's just hard to follow tough directions when you can't do those. But guys, keep in mind something. I don't know what we're up to. I don't have the school group open. I could show you all the fancy stuff I made with Manus. Every single one of those ideas came from a meeting I had with Harlan. That's the irony of all this. And I'm like, this is such good information. Like, can you just stay ahead of it? And it wasn't, he was already ahead of it. What we want to do is we want to put a bunch of people together that got a vision so strong, then figure out how to really make this stuff work. I see a lot of you in suits that are sitting on here in Zoom. I was that person. I still am sometimes, but it's when I want to. It's not because I have to. So if you're an entrepreneur, look, you think you're not going to get an ROI? You're an idiot because you're an entrepreneur and you understand ROIs. That's very simple, right? If you're an employee and you want to stop being an employee and make some money and have a like pretty damn good shot at it, because I promise you, knocking on a door for insurance is way tougher than this shit was, right? Do you think it's easy to do or play Simon Says with him? How I'll know is if you put your money where your mouth is. It's that simple. Put your money where your mouth is. That's all. That's all. I'm not paying my rent with that. You do understand that. I'm not saying that from a place of cockiness. I'm saying that from a place I've personally been at. And it sucks. But right now, you guys do have a decision to make. I have to get off in a couple minutes. Um, And I do want to congratulate those of you that did make the decision to join us. I haven't had an opportunity to get all the updates and everything because I was going to come on here and talk about, how we do all this cool stuff with Manus and kind of give you guys like the here's what it is. The point being is that it wouldn't be beneficial to you, right? This is like the thing that can control everything, right? You do understand, right? I'm not sure if you guys know, there's this person called Reed Hastings, right? So there was this small little company called Netflix, right? It was a DVD rental company. It was about the year 2000. They were bleeding money, struggling to scale, and looking for a way out. Reed Hastings, Netflix co-founder, walks into a meeting at Blockbuster headquarters, and he offers to sell the entire company to Blockbuster for 50 million bucks. The CEO of Blockbuster laughed at him, said, "You're not even a real business." He told him to focus on the niche DVD rentals and let the movies be with the big boys. Netflix got laughed out of the room. 10 years later, 1 decade, Blockbuster's gone. Netflix is worth $250 billion, right? He missed the biggest opportunity of a generation. Okay. AI is the same way that shit was in 2000. And it's already started right now, and it's early enough, and you can still get in. Okay. I am telling you, do not miss this wave. Okay. If you got a chance to get in a room and build those skills, you better ride this wave before it gets very crowded. Because the people that wait, I'm going to tell you something, they're going to be telling their kids, yo, you remember when the AI stuff was starting to take off? The ones that move? Those are the ones that the kids are going to be bragging about. They're going to want to learn it from you guys. Who do you want showing them? You or somebody else? So, with that being said, I just want to genuinely thank you guys for your time and gals. I understand how important it is and how monetary wise it should be. If you decide to lock arms with us, what I would do is I would be willing to say, even for tonight, and I don't have time to stick on for it, but if we get, I don't even know how many we have, but we'll just say if the next 3 join right before the end of the night, I'll just put all the money into someone winning a first class ticket to come down here just to show you I'll put my money where my mouth is. Like, I don't give a shit. I don't. Right? I don't. I just want good people. I want to work with good people, and I want to make sure that everybody's got the necessary skills. And when it comes to AI, Harlan is like on the money. He just showed you. I mean, the book thing's the book thing. Let's just call it what it is. It's awesome though. How cool is that? That is like so simple. So please go to Join Manus, make a decision. Either way, I'm sure you'll be successful. It's just if you want to go fast, you've got to go with other people. That's the one thing I've learned. So, guys and gals, I appreciate you. I just want to let you know that very much. And for some of you, I'll be seeing you inside the classroom. I'm going to probably pop my head in there in a little bit, answer some questions. And then for those of you that are on Harlan's call tomorrow, let us know in the group how much you liked it. Tag some of your teammates, let them know where you're from, and let's get ready and let's do this. So I appreciate you
Yes,
all.
and all calls. I'm waving to the baby. I am. Oh, waving back.
Thanks, guys.
All I just want to say that people have asked. First of all, number one, as we promised, the PDFs that I promised are in the chat. You can get them both. Make sure to download them because when the call ends, those PDFs disappear. Number two is, so you want to grab those. Number two is for people who want to be on the call, but they didn't get the notice. All group calls are recorded and all group calls are posted. And folks, we know that what this is worth. If you want to be part of that boot camp tomorrow and whatever, you join us. Join Manus and joinmanus.com. The link has been in there. Let's go for it. Let's make some money together. And when your first $5,000 book sells or $10,000 book sells, I want you to remember where it started. It started here. Remember, you join, you're on the call tomorrow, and you are going to be in the boot camp. And then you're going to be on the call with Jim on Monday. And that is, we are just really looking forward to that. And we just had Gene Biggins. Where are you from, Gene? Janine, where are you from? Type in the chat.
Hey, Harlan,
Washington, D.C.
there was one person in the school who I was actually really impressed what she posted today. It's from Cynthia, the website built in Manus. I thought
Yeah.
maybe bring it up because she's been in the mastermind for about 3 or 4 weeks now, and I'm actually really impressed by what she built. I was surprised that it was built in Manus when I saw it.
Which, oh, there it is. Cynthia, let me go there.
And then just share your screen one more time. And I'm gonna reshare the PDF with everybody here.
She built a website in Manus. Took maybe an hour from start to finish this website. Next week's and find an outsourcer to upload this to my hosting account. It was a test for a much more robust site. I started to build manually, but we'll definitely use Manus. And let's see it.
I think
Mover cards.
there it is.
Mover cards.
Like
Gorgeous
this.
site. All done by Manus. All done by Manus.
If it didn't say made with Manus in the bottom right-hand corner, I would not think that an AI built that. I don't know if that's just me, but what does everybody think in the chat? Like, does this look like something that AI generated? Yes or no? Looks great from Jim. Alex says yes. Harlan, I think about when the Donald says no doesn't look like AI. Harlan, think about GeoCity websites 20, 30 years ago, and those took how long? And she said she generated this in an hour. Like technology.
My first
Oh,
website, when I was clueless, I found somebody who put up the crappiest um, um, website, and it cost me about $2,000. The time zone, it's going to be 5 p.m. tomorrow Eastern. 5 p.m. tomorrow Eastern. And I'm going to be, as soon as we're done, I'm going to be posting that. That is going to be a weekly boot camp every week. We have an open house, or sometimes called the War Room, on Thursday at 5 p.m. And now on Friday at 5 p.m., we're doing the money boot camps every week. It's going to be incredible. And by the way, one of a genius from Washington, D.C., one of my favorite clients, Elizabeth, is from Washington, D.C. And man, she's 87 years old. And she is cranking out books and videos using Manus. 87 years old. And sometimes she just blows me away. She figured out ways for Manus to do video before Manus did video. I take my hat off to her. Getting on the calls with her, it's like, we're like BFFs now. It is unbelievable. 87 years old and a Manus wizard. You can do this. You can put out these books. You can make some serious side hustle money. Yes, and there's a Monday evening class too at 8 p.m. Eastern with Jim on book training.
Hey Harlan, it's Emily. I want to give you a book update if that's okay.
Sure.
So
Emily's one of our members and she's published a couple of books. What's going
I
on?
I tried to do Manus, prompt Manus. I thought I was good at prompting to write books, and my books all turned out to be garbage. And then I watched your live replay and I literally wrote word by word what you were using for your prompts, and I actually shared that within the group, all of my notes. I know a lot of people have used them. And from that, I was able to create, I just published my third book in a series in like a week. I sold my first book, which I'm super excited about, and I'm learning how to use the marketing program also within Amazon. So that's so cool. So I went from having no books turn out well to 1 week having 3 books get published, one got sold, and I ordered a template of a coloring book that I'm teaching myself how to do too. And it's all because of the prompting that you gave us. Anytime I step away from your prompting, I get garbage. Anytime I go back and I do verbatim what you wrote, my books are amazing. I actually read them when I'm editing them. And it's just such high quality stuff. I can't believe that an AI bot is writing it, but it's all factual. It's really good. Like, I'm excited when I was reading when I just published a book on parenting, and it's like exactly what I would want to know about my own child for parenting. It's using a particular kind of methodology that I'm interested in. So it did all the research, cut all my time that I needed to research. And so that one just went live today, which is so cool. I'm really excited about it. So if any of you guys are thinking about doing book training or writing books, this Lynn teaches it in a way
Hello?
that's so much better.
Thank you. And
Oh,
congratulations on that.
you're welcome. Thank you. If it wasn't for you, I would not have them up, because you explained, not only did you explain how to make the books, you explained how to format them, exactly the method to format them, how to get onto Amazon to become a published author. Like, I didn't know how to do any of that, and you laid it out so seamlessly.
All right. Well, thank you. Folks, join manus.com. Get in on this. Get in on this. We will be powering down soon. I've been talking for way too long. Now it's time for you to go ahead, join, make the decision right now to change your life. You'll remember that it was this call where you did this. So you will be um, you will be amazed by what you can do in just a short period of time.
Harlan,
Folks, thanks for being. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say
Go ahead.
congratulations to Janine. She's a digital marketing specialist who signed up as one of our new monthly members tonight.
Yes. So, folks, there will be. Okay, so this is on top of the Manus cost of $200 a month. First of all, number one is that's a good question. You do not need the $200 a month for Manus. But by the way, Lou, that after you make your first $5,000 book, you won't care about $200 a month. Okay. You can get by. First of all, number one, when you join Manus, Manus gives you 1,000 points, 1,000 credits for joining. They give you 300 credits a day. So if you join on their lowest plan, once you are inside Manus, you can upgrade and buy credits as you need them. But surprisingly, writing a book does not cost that many credits. It's relatively easy, especially the editing parts and so forth. Once it's done the research, the rest is easy peasy. All right, so head over. Last time, we're winding down. We're ready to go. You're in. We'll send out the replay. There are a lot of people who get paid on Friday and have said, hey, I'm joining tomorrow. I look forward to it. Otherwise, the boot camp tomorrow, and then Monday night Jim, Wednesday night Corey, Thursday night me, and Friday another boot camp. Let's make some money together. It all starts now. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.